You start living life a lot differently when you realize how things are in this world. Man, I can only speak from my experience of living in America. Maybe it's different in different countries, Europe or overseas. I'm not really too sure, and I can't speak on anything other than my own experience. But once you realize that the entire system that we live on is pretty much meant to break you down and meant to make you weak. You know, you're supposed to submit. You're supposed to just constantly listen to what somebody else is telling you to do. You're not supposed to think for yourself. You're not supposed to make your own decisions, the people that you're around, whether you're at a job, whether it's family, friends, you're constantly getting influenced. And I remember I read this book probably close to a year ago. Uh, what was it called? I think it was called Thinking Out Loud or something like that. And it just talks about your unconscious mind and your conscious mind, and pretty much just the involuntary versus the voluntary things that we as humans do. The biological wiring in our brains that we don't even really think about, you know, just as for example, we unconsciously become the people that we're around, and the environment that we're in has a direct impact on just everything about us, and we don't even realize it. And I don't even realize it until I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? That if I'm in a different environment and then I realize, I changed so much because I'm different now. I think different, I move a little different. There's still those core characteristics within me, but you just change over time. And everything that we live in is really just built on fear and controlling. You know, if you don't do something, you will get in trouble. If you do this, you get in trouble. It's all fear based, but once you kind of once you kind of let go, I feel like you don't really start living until you just kind of let go of everything, you know? And I had to do that a couple of times in my life, just let go of things that were holding me back. And a lot of that came from fear. A lot of that came from fear of losing people, whether that's family or relationships, friendships. But you just gotta get into the mindset that it is what it is, and I gotta do what I gotta do to either survive or, get ahead. And that's just the mindset that I'm in. I think it's important if you want to make something of your life. You gotta take that step, and you gotta just believe in yourself, because man, if there's one thing I learned is nobody's gonna believe in you other than you. And that's just kind of how it is. You just one step at a time, and you just gotta move forward.